Hello everyone, welcome to ICSE English Academy. Before I commence today's explanation, I would like to thank each and every one of you for watching the video and supporting me, encouraging me. I request you all to subscribe the channel. It's a kind of motivation for me to upload more and more videos. Thank you very much. Already we have completed Act 1 of Julius Caesar. All the scenes are over. Today we are going to start with Act 2, Scene 1. A humble request to all of you, before watching this Act 2, Scene 1, please watch the other Act 1 and all the scenes so that you will get continuity with the story. It will be easy for you to understand the storyline. Once again, thank you. So, we are commencing with Act 2, Scene 1 of Julius Caesar. This particular scene is set in an orchard which belongs to Brutus in Rome. Enter Brutus. Brutus, what Lucius? Oh, I cannot by the progress of the stars give guess how near today. Lucius, I say, I would it were my fault to sleep so soundly. When Lucius, when awake, I say, what Lucius? Enter Lucius. Brutus is telling his servant Lucius, Lucius, I am not able to guess what is the time today for the daybreak, and I have not slept soundly. If I wish I could sleep like you soundly. Wake up, Lucius, go and find the time. So, I am not able to see the time now. That's what Brutus tells Lucius. Here, one thing we have to understand, after Cassius has changed his mind to kill Caesar, Brutus has got lot of internal conflicts in his mind. He is not able to judge anything properly. But one thing is evident, that he too thinks by the death of Caesar only Rome can get peace and welfare can be brought to Rome by the death of Caesar. That's what he too thinks. But Caesar is his close friend. Because of that, he is not able to sleep properly. His mind is completely disturbed. And when he saw Lucius, his servant, sleeping so soundly, he regrets, he thinks how well he is sleeping. I wish even I could sleep soundly like him. And he is not able to judge how many hours are left for the daybreak. That's why he is telling his servant Lucius. Enter Lucius. Lucius, called you my lord? Now Lucius questioned, my lord, did you call me? Brutus, get me a taper in my study, Lucius. When it is lighted, come and call me here. So here Brutus is telling Lucius, get me a taper. Get me a taper. Taper refers to a candle. Lucius, get me a candle. Put it in my study room, light it. Once the candle gets lighted, come and give me the message. Lucius, I will, my lord. Exit Lucius. Lucius will go away. Now, Brutus is thinking within himself. It's a monologue. It must be by his death, and for my part, I know no personal cause to spurn at him. But for the general, he would be crowned. How that might change his nature, there is the question. There is a question. No, Brutus is telling within himself, I don't have any personal vengeance against Caesar. Caesar is my friend. I don't have any kind of enmity with him. But if Caesar is crowned, if he becomes very powerful with the kingship, what will happen to him? His attitude might change. What will happen in future? How the Rome will be? That is a question like that he is thinking. Further he says, it is the bright day that brings forth the adder and that craves very walking. Crown him that, and then I grant we put a sting in him that at his will he may do danger with. The abuse of greatness is when it disjoins remorse from power, and to speak truth of Caesar, I have not known when his affections swayed more than his reasons. He is giving one example about Julius Caesar. During the daylight, the venomous snakes will come out. Adder refers to snake. And it becomes dangerous for people to walk around when all the poisonous snakes are moving. So what is the reason for that? Sunlight is the reason for the movement of the snakes to come out of the holes. Similarly, if all the Romans give power to Caesar, he will become like venomous snake. So that is very dangerous. We are only giving the sting to Caesar to bite the people. So he becomes like a poisonous snake that has to be avoided. Because a person, when he gets more and more power, his attitude might change. And I have not seen Caesar doing such things. His affections swayed. Swayed means many times I have not noticed Caesar doing anything wrong. He will be judged by his emotions. But many times it so happens that if a person becomes powerful, his attitude might get changed. I have that loneliness, but it's a common proof that loneliness is young ambition's ladder, where to the climber upward turns his face, but when he once attains the upmost round, he then unto the ladder turns his back, looks in the clouds, scorning the base degrees by which he did ascend. So Caesar may. He is giving the example of ladder. A person uses ladder to climb upward, but once he reached that height, he may not be grateful to the ladder from which he has climbed such a great height. He may not look back at the ladder, he may kick the ladder. Caesar may also do that. Because of the common people of Rome, all the Roman citizens, they are showering so much affection on him, he is able to reach higher level, such a level where he can become the king. But once he become the king, he might forget all the Romans and their welfare. So here ladder is compared to all the Romans. The entire Rome is compared to ladder where Caesar will be ascending upwards to attain the kingship. So Caesar may then, lest may he may prevent. And since the quarrel will bear no color for the thing, he is fashioned it thus, that what he augmented would run to these and these extremities, and therefore think him as a serpent egg, which hatched would as his kind grow mischievous and kill him in the shell. This is the reason Brutus is giving to kill Caesar. Caesar is like a serpent. Serpent means a snake in the eggshell. If the eggshell gets hatched, if the snake comes out, it becomes dangerous. That's why we have to kill Caesar in the eggshell itself. When the snake is still inside the eggshell, it has to be killed. So here the two comparisons are given. Because of sunlight, the venomous snakes will come out of the hole. They get the sting to bite the people. It's very dangerous for people to move around. And the second example he is giving, a person climbs the ladder to a greater height. Afterwards, climbing the greater height, he may forget and he may not look back at the base steps from which he has climbed. He might kick the ladder. Caesar also might do like that. That's why when the snake is inside the eggshell, it has to be killed before it gets hatched. Similarly, Caesar, before he attains the power, before he becomes the supreme power of a king, he has to be assassinated. When he is thinking like that, re-enter Lucius. Lucius re-enters. Lucius, the taper burneth in your closet, sir, searching the window for a flint. I found this paper thus sealed up, and I am sure it did not lie there when I went to bed. Gives him the letter. Now Lucius will bring him a letter. Sir, when I was searching for the flint to light the candle, I got this letter. Earlier it was not there near your bed. Now I have got it. Like that, he brings the letter and he gives it to Caesar. Sorry, Brutus. Brutus, get you to bed again. It is not day. It is not tomorrow, boy, the Ides of March. Now Brutus is asking Lucius to go back to bed. But he questions him, boy, today is it Ides of March? Ides of March means 15th of March. Lucius, I know not, sir. Lucius replies, I do not know, sir. Brutus, look in the calendar and bring me word. Lucius, I will, sir. Exit. Now Brutus will tell Lucius, Lucius, go and see the calendar. Tell me whether it is 15th of March today or not. Lucius will say, yes, sir, I will. Brutus, the exhalations whizzing in the air. And Lucius will go away. After that, once again, Brutus is thinking in his mind. Give so much light that I may read by them. Opens the letter and reads. Brutus, thou sleepest, awake and see thyself, shall roam and etc. Speak, strike, redress. Brutus, thou sleepest, awake. Such instigations have been often dropped. Where I have took them up, shall roam and see, thus must I piece it out. Shall Rome stand under one man's awe? What Rome my ancestor did from the streets of Rome, the Tarquin drive, when he was called a king. Speak, strike, redress. Am I entreated to speak and strike? O Rome, I make thee promise. If the redress will follow, thou receives thy full petition at the hand of Brutus. He took the letters from the hands of Lucius, and there was some light, so much light was falling, and he started reading that letter in that light itself. What was written in the letter? It was written that Brutus, speak, strike, redress. You are asleep, awake, Brutus. Speak, Brutus, strike and redress. You have to take care of Rome. How can you sleep, awake, Brutus? That is the meaning written in the letter. So, if we go back to scene 1, if we go back to Act 1, towards the end of the Act 1, it was we come to know that Cassius, who was very cunning, he wrote letters with different handwritings. It is his own letters written by Cassius. As if Romans have written the letters, he wrote the letters with different handwritings, and he threw those letters into the window of Brutus' house. What was his intention? Brutus should think that all the Romans are unhappy with Caesar, which was very much wrong. He never wanted to Caesar come to power, Cassius. That's why he wanted to brainwash the mind of Brutus, all possible ways he is doing. And in the letters also, it is written as if all the Romans, they like only Brutus, they hate Julius Caesar. And they hate Julius Caesar because he is very ambitious. He wants to become the king. Now, Brutus thinks, oh, all the people of Rome, many of them, have written letters to me. Very often I get such letters where the Romans have addressed me to awake and strike. Should I strike against Caesar? And I am entrusted with the responsibility of saving Rome. That's what he thinks. And he says, in the past, when the Turquins were ruling, when they became the dictators, when they started troubling Rome, it was my ancestor, Junius Brutus, with great bravery, chased them away. And he established democracy in the country. The monarchy was put to an end because of Junius Brutus, who belonged to the legacy of Brutus, who was the ancestor of Brutus. So, such kind of act is expected from me to save Rome. That's what Brutus is thinking. Because Junius Brutus also belonged to the same clan of Decius Brutus. Sorry, it's not Decius Brutus, Marcus Brutus. Re-enter Lucius. Now, Lucius re-enters. Lucius, sir, March is wasted 14 days knocking within. Lucius says, March is wasted 14 days. Sir, already 14 days are over in March, which means today is 15th March. Knocking within. Brutus, it's good. Go to the gate, somebody knocks. Now Brutus tells him, go and find out, somebody is knocking at the door. Who it is? Find out and come. Exit Lucius. Since Cassius first did wet me against Caesar, I have not slept. Between the acting of a dreadful thing and the first motion, all the interim is like a phantasma or a hideous dream.